That Golovkin-Daniel Jacobs has been a victim in the past, not of a fighter's fists, but of the insidious disease of cancer. Jacobs was diagnosed with a tumor on his spine, told he might never walk again, would never fight again. And now here he is, the disease behind him. Knockouts in all 10 fights since his return. Jacobs has no fear before entering the ring with the most feared man in boxing, Triple G tonight. Golovkin versus Jacobs is next.
I saw Gennady Jacobs out of Brooklyn, 21-1, working with Freddie Rote of St. Paul, Minnesota, and easy work for Jacobs. Another
Astorga of Mexico. That left hook to the body and then that left to the chin. Knockdown number 1 in round number 1. Jacobs knew that he had the chance. Dropped Astorga, they dropped him a couple times, and in round number 2, and Astorga just did not have to deal with it.
And even
he's always looking to attack.
23 consecutive knockouts.
Speed.
What do you do when you face him and one? Sir may kill him.
You know what?
But 10 knockouts and 1 world title later. And now Jacobs is unloading the kitchen sink.
Who's stronger? Who's better?
It's a battle of physical force.
Whoa!
It's a battle of mental strength. Golovkin versus Jacobs.
I consider myself already a champion.
Spoke about being Farouk knocked cold, really.
It's very hard down from left.
Waxed David Lemieux in an 8th-round tech.
As
back with gold.
about fighting at the bell.
The jab. Find out what Danny Jacobs
Tells you something. Gee, this is dead and second television.
a big.
Golovkin in the early going. Jacobs with a flurry.
Jacobs had in the first round.
Which could be dangerous if he did attack Peter Quill.
Cautious in the first round. Now Triple G. Jab landed a couple times. Jab. Got it.
In direction of the
ring with Golovkin.
A very smart fight. Jimmy's trying to wait until
Right hand, which is the classic.
left hand from Jacobs. Against Kell Brook, guys. Boxer at a certain welterweight hit him like that. That's one thing. Jacobs fight on that level as a middleweight.
But can he hit him like that? Because we haven't seen it yet. So that's what we're looking to see.
Bring it! Opponents were thinking, see what happens.
Has neutralized Golovkin through a round and a half. More than we see to the States.
Looking again.
This is starting to get on track.
Right hand pull.
Followed by
Anxious, expecting to see Golovkin blocking the hook with his gloves. Touches Jacobs' body with the have been in effect. Sees Golovkin landing more punches.
I've seen Jim power with finesse. The question is, can he neutral? Impossible to stink out. In other words, eventually he makes the other guy really fight. What happens?
looking for is what happens when someone lands the first big clean punch. That's what we really want to see.
Golovkin knocking his head back with a jab for the main event. These two fighters have a tough act to follow. The tremendous knockdown drag.
Off the deck in the first round, Chocolatito appeared to win on our cards, but it was a tough in the world. Now
He'll give number 1 ace. Number 2.
has got his fighters been able.
And he may be 2B because you also he may be 2A.
Triple G starting the first 2 rounds were sort of.
But he was winning all the rounds behind his jab as he was here, and he just got caught with a good hook.
Punches so far. And
Danny Jacobs come and Triple G landed a jab coming inside, threw it right uppercut, but Danny caught him on the inside with a good quick hook. It's just more of a slap shot than power because they were so close, so he couldn't turn it.
Hey, Jim, I got a 2 rounds to Danny Jacobs. He fought a little. I mean, Triple G 2. I just thought Danny Jacobs outboxed him. 2 rounds to 1, Danny Jacobs.
hard right hand by Golovkin. Down goes Jacobs. First knockdown of the fight comes in round number 4. Jacobs down. Let's see if he'll cut loose. To land most of his shots now.
Beautiful jabs.
Uppercut lands for Golovkin. Jacobs into a corner. Hard right hand. Another jab.
Running in why happens if I'm punching smartly, not just waiting and not trying to just
Chanting
throw for
Triple
the
G
knockout.
again. The float.
This is beautiful and being very smart on his attack.
Jacobs trying to answer back now. Got his bearings, pressing in Golovkin's mind before.
Or take that jab away, or it's going to cause him some problems because if the
Just now, and he landed a nice.
Left hook lands for Golovkin, right hand as well. Jacobs
Good
firing
right hand
back. Give it.
overhand right landed, followed by another short right hand that put him down. May have been more off balance than anything. It was him in the southpaw position. This shot was the one that really took him right down right away. That was the big shot. Then he went down from the second one. So
Tracked and started to really do damage. Can Jacobs actually fight with him?
Golovkin landing the right hand again.
yes,
And
he's throwing really good punches.
It is impossible to stink Triple G out. Prime Mike Tyson.
I don't think Danny Jacobs is here trying to stink him up.
to fight him.
Yes. Body shot.
Great body shot by Golovkin.
And why would Danny turn back southpaw? I don't know.
Yeah.
That's how he got knocked down. That's crazy. Turn southpaw against Bill.
Triple G's arc, so Triple G.
Necessary.
Exactly.
I thought that was about himself up to Golovkin.
No.
If not more lethal.
Hand.
Daniel.
Can take punishment well.
Of course he can.
Regard
Fights, he knows what to do against anything.
reaching for Golovkin. 30 seconds remaining in the round.
He's got to be careful not to run into nothing.
Offensive, fighting out of the pressure on again.
G coming counter the jab with the overhand right.
I should say. Golovkin 28, 39%. Jacobs 51 of 159.
Let go of each other. Don't hold each other.
Jacobs erupting sporadically.
His hands, and Jacobs is just letting some good shots on the inside when they do that.
Jacobs' trainer to him as he barks out and
Keep walking. There you go. Don't pull up.
hard to say how Rozier.
He hears it all. Good shot. Oh.
Jacobs was winning his fight by a little bit against Pete Cole. A better fighter.
With considerable caution back. So Jacobs has an edge and lands another one.
Shining, but with more on it.
Into the deep freeze just a little bit in round number 6. And Daniel.
The overhand right from Danny Jacobs now over the top of Triple G's jab. Kind of trading places and tried a good uppercut, but he missed.
Have it halfway through.
Okay, but in points, I thought Danny Jacobs scored 57.
The threat of Jacobs' power is keeping Triple to not give him the bum's rush. And then Jacobs' quickness.
Wondered about the effect of Jacobs' unofficial. Must have seen some of that.
You have no sense of urgency because how does he keep going out the left hand stance? I don't know, because he keeps getting
Moves in on the southpaw standing hand over the top and kick.
a right hook out of the southpaw position.
Now Golovkin lands another right hand, driving Jacobs into the corner.
Yeah, you got me.
We've never seen Gennady Golovkin a few times early in his career.
How about lose decision? That's never happened.
That was good defense by Jacobs.
Already seen one fighter with it. It's not out of the question. It could happen to Golovkin too.
An even fight on Harold.
At the knockdown point.
He just with just one shot.
Now Golovkin seems to show an urge to try to win it. Don't hold him behind the head. They both fire in the closing seconds, and they in the total number of power punches are through 7 rounds. And you heard a certain sense of urgency from Abel Sanchez, chanting Daniel, Daniel. Golovkin with a good 1-2. Golovkin with another good 1-2. Golovkin with a series of right hands. Golovkin touching Jacobs up along the ropes. Jacob fights. Golovkin begins to put.
The one changing southpaw is that it just gives Triple G a different look.
A total different
And
look.
so when he goes back right-handed, Triple G then has to adjust to that again.
Right.
Well, you got a clue when you heard Andre Rozier say, wait.
I don't like the switching because of the fact that he's giving up Golovkin's best punches, but if he doesn't.
It seems to be when Triple G does his best work.
Exactly.
Golovkin attacking a little more. Golovkin up. Another very competitor
at Madison Square Garden that Daniel Jacobs dominated the New York every year. And he's putting in a very good showing tonight. This is a
Oh, good shot.
hard right hand by Golovkin.
Very well, I should say. Good jab by Triple G.
Your old high school English teacher listening in Pensacola?
She might get mad if I say that.
Good for her. 10 seconds left in the 8th round. Uppercut for Golovkin, partially blocked. Lands a 1-2. One more.
The one jab, hook, hook, and followed by right hand. Not many fighters can do that, Jim, on the move. Jab, hook, jab, right, that's pretty good. Then
You have to be a well-coordinated athlete to do
Triple
that.
G landed a beautiful overhand right, and that's where that extra 180 pounds that we're assuming comes into play.
It was strategic for Danny
Unusual
Jacobs.
territory for Gennady Golovkin as we go to round 9.
It was. They're going to remember who won the.
More than just the belt. Good shot by both fighters.
So he made the 160-pound limit fair and square, and for some belt.
Landed punches compared to what he's done before. Going fewer against
Triple G will catch him with something big that will signal the beginning of the
right hand
end.
by Jacobs.
It may be activity for Triple G.
Yeah, driving like that. That's been he's been landing that he's looking to outpoint or
But
running
he's
people
usually
down.
winning most of the rounds.
That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is he's still used to seek and destroy.
This is by moving those hands, and Jacobs is largely neutralizing.
A few years back, made it into the 10th round. Golovkin ultimately put him away. Martin Murray made it to the 11th round. And anybody has during the 23 knockout streak.
Oh, good uppercut by
Uppercut by Golovkin. Right hook by Jacobs. Left hook by Jacobs. Firing back and answering everything Golovkin throws.
Triple G is not digging the body as frequent.
Doesn't want to drop his hands.
Or vicious one punch.
Oh, good right uppercut.
Uppercut by Golovkin. Right hand by Golovkin. He's going to work, showing a sense of urgency. And got a little hop out of Jacobs' right foot. Now
Good jab.
backs him into a corner.
Good jab. That might have hurt him.
Momentarily got him in trouble. Good jab. Golovkin with a chance to do something, but the round is going to come to a close. Jacobs.
Right uppercut. Right up under Danny Jacobs. A hard power jab right there, right down the middle.
When Triple G hurt Jacobs upstairs in that last round, he went to the body, and that.
Let's see what Harold Letterman thought about it. What's your unofficial scorecard say, Harold?
Okay, Jim, I've got it 5 rounds to 4. 86, 84, Gennady Golovkin.
Big shot.
Jim, I think that Gennady's winning, by 2 points because of that knockdown in round 4. In other words, I've got him up 1 round, but he gets an extra point for the knockdown in the 4th round. Danny Jacobs had some terrific rounds. I thought he won round 8 clearly. This fight is a close fight. 5 rounds to 4, Gennady Golovkin.
Jacobs landed some.
Jacobs, through much of the fight, has been more active.
He's moving his hands very good.
Can body well at times.
Ploy of rehydrating Jacobs scientifically to gain Golovkin by 10 pounds or more.
And credit, Danny does a good job of boxing out of his southpaw stance. He's landing right hooks, his southpaw stance. Never saw that really. Oh, good right.
Is firing in this particular round.
Good block.
Right upstairs by Jacobs.
And then because Triple G is headhunting, Jacobs is able to avoid some of those.
At all.
Jacobs
Against Daniel Jacobs.
Jacobs can't relax it, though. He's letting Triple G get a little too close to him.
Get inside and throw more body shots.
You think so, Jim, but most of the time he can knock guys. Hurt Danny with a headshot earlier.
He hurt Brook with body shots, but that was an entirely different fight.
Stairs.
Again, closing seconds of the round. Lands another one.
Throughout most of his
Good
career.
hook by Danny. Another good hook by Danny.
Give and take by both fighters. Good shots by Jacobs. That was a difficult.
Coming forward with this jab, a right hand again over the top of his jab, but it landed high on the neck, behind the ear this time. And
to go in Monte Carlo. Once again, Jacobs looks and how he's fought so far.
they got to stay locked up because Triple G will do stuff like thinking offense, so he has to be very careful here.
This would be an incredible upset if Jacobs could pull it off. And he's in the 11th round, and Harold Letterman has it as a
Body shot by Golovkin, another body shot by Golovkin. Maybe able to, that's what he needs to do.
Oh, good
uppercut by Golovkin.
Oh, good hook by.
He's fought and beaten some solid fighters and really beaten them up, but this is a peaking fighter, a big, and is fighting the fight of his life. I mean, neutralizing Triple G's offense early, getting.
Would certainly appear to be up for grabs as Golovkin digs in and tries to land some power shots in the 11th.
Middleweight championship of the world on the line in a packed Madison Square Garden. Kid climbs off the deck and does this.
Fantastic.
Yes, he has.
We barely said a word about it.
Big left uppercut.
Yes, it was. Big
body shots by Jack Felton.
Right. To a skill.
Golovkin, because of his dominance, has been
good hook. Exchange. Hook by Danny. Hook by Golovkin. Overhand right by Danny. Left hook by Danny. Three punches to one, and Golovkin.
Gennady Golovkin, he's almost certain out that that's exactly what he's been.
You got to be really careful here because Golovkin is really throwing some big shots.
And so is Daniel.
Yes. But Golovkin.
Good jab, good uppercut by.
Is very impressive.
Talking about Max, when he gets it, he's not set.
Golovkin, right hand by Jacobs.
Good shot,
another little left hook inside by Golovkin.
Catching Triple G on the angle.
Oh, good right hand
Great
by
right
Jacobs.
hand down the pipe by Jacobs.
Wow. Oh, good shot by Gennady.
Emergency is Golovkin.
Oh, big uppercut by Jacobs.
Uppercut by Jacobs. Tremendous fight. Down the stretch of the 12th.
One of these big punches produces a knockdown. It could seal the fight.
Good right hand by
Square Garden, quite amazed by what they're seeing. Jacobs' eye.
It really doesn't matter at this point, Jim.
Danny Jacobs, well, both guys.
Without getting
Golovkin
knocked
had a
down.
good round.
I think Golovkin's ahead in the round.
I agree.
Not getting knocked down.
Good left hook by Jacobs. Needs another one like that. Right hand.
Still undefeated and still the universally recognized.
76, while Jacobs was focused.